So hello everyone, Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in to January 2023 update. Today we'll be taking a look at the year in review, but I also have the pleasure of having Dan Spitz, mortgage lender with CB Loans, with me to give me a little bit of an overview of what's been taking place. So thanks, Dan, appreciate you. So maybe as a starting point, why don't you give us an overview of sort of your thoughts on what happened in 2022?
Perfect. So for much of 2022, the buzzword in the mortgage world was inflation. And there are various causes of inflation. We had the war in Ukraine. We have global supply chain problems, COVID shutdowns in China. But really a major factor was the U.S. printed a whole bunch of money. So, you know, since the beginning of the pandemic, the money supply has increased 40%.
Wow.
Right? So what you have is a whole bunch of money chasing few goods, and the prices go up. That's basically why we have inflation. So that was 2022. Hoping for a little bit better this year.
So, moving on to the next, tell us a little bit about 2023.
So I always hesitate, my crystal ball's in the shop. I don't like to predict the future. But what we've seen from an inflation standpoint has been very encouraging. Over the last couple of months, the data suggests that inflation is coming down, from the peak over the summer where rates were 7.5%.
Right.
We're now in the upper fives. And, from here, it really feels like, for all of us. But from here, it really feels like they're more likely to continue to go down rather than to spike back up. So the main driver is that we've seen inflation numbers coming down, and it really feels like the balloon of inflation, the air is starting to let out. It's starting to come down. So look, this is a slow-moving train. It's not going to happen overnight.
Right.
But again, it is trending in the right direction. So hoping to see things come down still.
Good, and that's what I'm, talking to the buyers about, but maybe you could give a little bit of a sort of last minute advice for some of the buyers out there.
What I tell people, first of all, I'm really excited about the market. I think this is a great time. The herd has thinned out. It's not this feeding frenzy that it's been the last couple of years. And I think the opportunity to slow down and evaluate, there's some great deals to be had. I think that sellers out there are a little bit concerned about rates, and their mindset is, hey, we're in a different market, and that really benefits buyers. So like I said, I'm really excited. I think the sticker shock of interest rates has worn off. People are kind of used to it. It's not like, oh my goodness, how come rates aren't 2% anymore? Those days are gone. But I think if you recalibrate your numbers and you really evaluate the purchase with the new interest rates, there's still great deals. So I'm excited.
Agreed. Well, thank you. Thanks again, Dan.
My pleasure.
And now what we're going to do is just get into the areas that we usually cover. So just from a high-level overview, again, standard, basically, inventory has increased. Things are sitting on the market longer. Prices have gone down a bit, as Dan mentioned. But it can be different for every area. So let's just go through the specific areas. Starting with Westchester. As you can see here, total inventory has increased by 83%. Things are sitting longer on the market. The total sales have gone down, minus 45%. Again, that's to be expected this time of year. Median sales price has gone down, minus 15%, and the same thing with the price per square foot. What's interesting, though, if you look at the trend below, December, it's 15% lower in December, but you look around January timeframe, and it's very similar. In January of last year, it was almost similar pricing, and again, this time of year, it's a bit slower. Playa Vista, again, very similar. Inventory is up 64%. Sales are down 64%. Median sales price has gone down. And the median price per square feet is also down. So you're seeing that very similar across these neighborhoods. So Culver City, again, same thing. The inventory is up 74%, 75 houses. Sales are down 53%. The median sales price is down about 17%. And the median price per square foot down 7%. Trending the same way across these areas. Now here's one that's a little bit different. We'll end on Playa del Rey. So again, up for inventory, 35%. But what's interesting is the sales price is up at this point, almost 25%, but the price per square feet is down almost 10%. Okay, so now I'd like to give you a brief overview of the neighborhood websites that I manage, specifically focusing on Playa del Rey. With these platforms, you can find all sorts of great local information, including interviews with local businesses, school information, and upcoming events. You can access these websites through my link tree in the description. If you would like more detailed information about the market, these neighborhoods, or others, don't hesitate to give me a call.